I got the details for you for the 2026 GMC Sierra 1500. We got two new colors, one new value package added to the elevation trim, and we got some price increases. Unfortunately, every trim level is up a few $1,000. That's what it is. Hey, it's Tim, Pickup Truck Plus SUV Talk. It's Friday. It's Truck News Recap Day. That's right. Sit back, pop top, pour something in your coffee, listen to the podcast. Keep your eyes on the road there, folks. Drive safely. Every week I do this as a weekly series. I recap the news that happened this week that you probably missed that I've been covering all week long. Go over that, go over the details again on the 2026 Sierra. Get you all cut up for the weekend as we got college football's back, NFL's back. I'm excited to watch something other than a movie and talk show or sitcom or whatever the hell I'm watching these days. Or lately these days, I'm falling asleep too because it's been boring TV. But hey, what's going on the website? Pickuptrucktalk.com. 3 words, folks. Simple as make it. Pickuptrucktalk.com. We got some stories for you. I ran a review of the Toyota 4Runner Trailhunter. We have XPEL has new color paint protection film. Yeah, this is kind of cool. They have a black Jeep Wrangler they're wrapping with yellow. Change the color, protect your body of the vehicle. Wild idea. We had the Cyber Stuck story, the unbelievably dumb things that will stop Tesla's Cybertruck. And then, boom, we have the 2026 GMC Sierra changes. This first one is the new Glacier White color, and then they have a sand color as well. This is the last couple changes before next year. We expect a full redesign of the Sierra. That means a new exterior, new interior, and some new engines. Remember, they put $888 million into a plant in New York that I tried to say the name of, and you guys very wisely told me in the comments, Tim, just don't even try to say it. Don't even try to pronounce it. It's an Indian word you are not going to get. So it's plant in New York State. It's maybe upper New York State. That's as far as I'm going to get to. Anyways, it's new V8 lineup, plug-in hybrid options, maybe. New interior, much more coming for that change, including, I hope, really comfortable seat upgrade. The seats in the GMC Sierra EV were like couch cushions. Put that in the Sierra 1500, the Silverado 1500, they could have the best truck in the market. Fix lifter issues, which could be a new engine. So fix that, boom. Could be really good. This is the Coastal Dune color, which is kind of a sandy kind of color. I like to see this in person with some sunlight. I took these off the GMC.com website, so AI generated color, best I can do there, guys. I'd be curious what it looks like in color. Those are 2 minor changes in exterior going to paint options. They did take the price increases. Excuse me. The Glacier White Tri-Coat is $1,000 more. The Coastal Dune is $495 upcharge. White Frost Tri-Coat is gone, and Thunderstorm Gray is gone as well. Elevation Select package. They have this. They've been playing around with this for a while. I've been kind of following the news. Basically, you take an Elevation, you get the base 2.7 liter turbocharged engine trim, the Turbo Max engine, and you get some running boards, you get some body color match stuff, right? Spray and bed liner, all weather floor liners, all terrain tires, and the black tubular cess-tip, basically running boards. And you put this all together in a package. It was going to be about $2,000 on top of the vehicle price as a package. They slashed the price. They give it to you for free. So you got running boards, all terrain tires, spray and bed liner, and floor liners. Okay. And so that's going to be included in that price. And then we talk about price increases. So I did some searching. I compared 25, 26, and this is what it told me online. This is what it told me. This numbers I got for you guys. We're going to look at these. So we have the Pro went from 38,800 to 40,895. SLE was 48,800. Now it's 51,295. Elevation was 50,500. Now it's 53,095. So that free package, free in quotes. The SLT 54,900 is now 57,495. Denali went up from 65,400 to 68,495. AT4 66,800 to 69,395. AT4X 79,400 to 81,995. Denali Ultimate 84,200 to 85,795. Now you may have noticed something as I've been reading these. The top trim levels only went up by like $1,000, $1,500. The middle trim levels went up substantially, a couple more $1,000. and the bottom trim level went up about $2,000. So really, the middle trims saw the biggest increase in price. Now, I theorized the reason for this was just last 2 months ago, I think it was the end of quarter 2. Yeah, GM announced they expect the tariffs to impact their business by $1.1 billion in losses, resulting in a 21% drop in profits. They're expecting the tariff impact to be $4 to $5 billion this year. So that's got to come from somewhere. They're going to make that money up somewhere. And this is, I think, the first step. We're going to see price increases across their entire lineup, and trucks will be one of those key things because there's profit in trucks. Turns out there is. All right, so there I put another listing as far as some other options on this article, as far as things more to read, more optional things to read. I don't know where I'm going with this, but there are more stuff to read in this article. I did trims, key highlights, price points. Also, it's engine options. Nothing's changed in the engines. They all have the same engines that used in years past, with the 10-speed automatic transmission, which, by the way, the 10-speed automatic transmission still remains in the news because there's a new Gen 3 valve body kit that's supposed to be addressing the issues they're having, that some people are having with a rear wheel lockup. That's fixing those. But it's interesting because I just was talking to my friend Byron Hurd, who wrote a story for the drive.com. We were talking about this last week in Michigan. And it turns out that the 3/4 ton and 1 ton customers are not being helped by that Gen 3 valve body. That's only for the half-ton customers. I did not know that. Very interesting stuff. And so he was working an article about that, and he wrote that one. He was doing some more follow-up work on that article. And so interesting, they're going to work on releasing a new Gen 3 valve body, hopefully one of these days, for the heavy-duty customers. We don't have any specifics yet, but that's the last piece GM needs fixed because those customers are kind of out in the cold. And it's interesting because the heavy-duty customers are the ones that use their trucks a lot for work. And those guys are really getting shafted right now. So that's a very unfortunate situation. So it sucks. So that's what's going on with that 10-speed at the moment. On the forum, we're having a very spirited conversation, actually. I'm going to have some more details on this. I'm working on a video, but apparently Stephen Elmer over at Truck King is responding to a comment because at the event last week in Michigan, I didn't see this truck. It was there, and there are a lot of Ram trucks being driven, and I drove a variety of Ram trucks. I have a couple more Ram videos for you guys sitting in the queue that can be launched probably this next week. May save them because I'm watching football. Know about you? Maybe I'll do one early Saturday morning. Yeah, think about this out loud. But apparently there was a Ram truck there, limited, that had 897 pounds of payload. Now, he didn't show the door jam sticker in his video, which I wish he would have, because I want to see this door jam sticker. And we're having this really spirited conversation in the forum back and forth. I would love you guys to get over there and really check it out, because I'm sharing door jam information from vehicles I do, and I'm sharing all door jam information from different Silverados and different Rams and Fords, and we're having this back and forth discussion. So there's a video coming from this because we're like 16 threads deep into this, and I got emails out to different dealerships for the door jam stickers. So if you've ever seen a 2026 Ram 1500 Limited, or if you have an insanely low payload number on your truck, would you just email me at tim@pickuptrucktalk.com or find the forum and post, because this is a very spirited conversation. It's flowing right now. And we're having a really big debate about whether these trucks, you could even tow anything with these trucks. What does this mean? Are these trucks useless? It's a very interesting conversation. So yeah, shout out to the forum, what's going on over there, because that's a very, very interesting conversation, I gotta say. And then what's going on the YouTube channel, there's been a lot of stuff. I've been posting all sorts of stuff these days. So we talked last week about whether the new affordable truck was dead. That's based on a Maverick, has gone nearly over $30,000. Now, that was supposed to be the $20,000 truck. That was kind of a phantom truck that never really existed. And now it's getting to be nearly $30,000. And it could be above that even more because, well, unfortunately, that truck's built in Mexico. And we all know what's happening with tariffs. And so who knows how it's going to turn out, how that's everything's up in the air. It seems like every day something different coming out in that news. But yeah, it's interesting. And Ford still thinks that's a very affordable number. And then I had the Warlock. I did a walk around the Warlock while I was there in Michigan. $51,000 for that, which it turns out that was for the 3.6 liter Pentastar engine. The V8, I think, is like 56, something like that, 57, which is still not that bad. I still would argue that's not a bad price for that truck. And then we have the Ram Express, Black Express was 53,000. The Cummins version is more, but that you can get in the gas 53,000. And then we have the Toyota 4Runner Trail Hunter, which is like 68,000, which is just bizarre. The lineup there of videos I ran this week, where you have a 51,000 basically Ram truck and a $68,000 4Runner, kind of crazy. And then we have a bunch of shorts. I've been running different shorts these weeks. And then we had let's see, the RHO changes. And then I did a short video with the Ram Hemi V8 versus the Hurricane. And then we did, my friend Corey, who's now writing on the website, he did a little video about his story about the Cybertruck doing some things. But let's talk about the Hemi versus Hurricane real fast. I'll wrap this little video up for you guys because it's interesting. All my colleagues did like 20-minute videos about the V8 is back, the Hemi V8's back, and here's how it drives. Here's a conversation about it. And I didn't bother doing it because why? There's nothing new with the Hemi V8. It still has e-torque system, which, by the way, on TikTok, that has become a whole argument. And you guys on YouTube haven't talked about it very much, or the podcast. So I don't know what's going on with this, but the TikTok audience is in firm believement that the e-torque is the devil. It is killing Ram engines, and the Hemi's dying because of that e-torque system. I was not aware that was that big of an issue, and it is all over the place. Anytime I post a video on a Hemi video on TikTok, it is e-torque will destroy the engine. It's eat it alive. Interesting. You guys on the YouTube have been more about sim deactivation with a multi-displacement system. I think they call it MDS. And TikTok's more like e-torque will destroy you. Okay. It's been really interesting to watch that from my vantage point. But I didn't do a video because who wants driving impressions of an engine that's been out for 20 years? I was more interested in doing walk around, listening to exhaust notes, the GT enhanced exhaust note for the GT trim level, because there's nothing really new. The Hurricane blows the doors off the Hemi, and as there's 60 test, towing is great, performance is great. There's still a lot of people that have concerns about turbocharged engines for liability. We're going in what year 15, 16, 17 now, going back to the Ford's EcoBoost engines. And we've had some people have turbo issues here and there, but it hasn't been as widespread as I think people wanted it to be. I think people can make it to be widespread in their minds. I agree. But, there's still people that say you can't get 400,000 miles of a turbocharged engine. I don't agree with that. Go on Carfax. Look up used F-150 EcoBoost. Go on Carfax. Look at the maintenance records. You don't find turbos being replaced like every 100,000 miles. It's just not not a thing that you would expect. And I don't see it. I haven't seen it. I've looked into it for 15 years now. I've been covering it. It just hasn't become an epidemic as people make it seem to be. That's my 2 cents on that. And so if you want a good exhaust note, go Hemi. If you want performance, go Hurricane. Bottom line, period. That's how it works. That's why I didn't do a driving impression video. And I just thought it'd be more interesting to do walk around videos, which have done pretty well for the channel. So that's why I did it that way. That's what I got. So for more on this channel and interesting stuff I do and voices that I pulled out at different times, and I think I said at Breaker Lakes. My kids love this stuff. Whatever. Check them out over here. Website down below as well. pickuptrucktalk.com. As always, thanks for watching. I will see you down the road.